Your swing cross is whipping you really hard because only one hand is doing the work to turn the rope. This is one of the most common mistakes I see when I'm coaching jumpers, so you're definitely not alone on this. So when you're doing your swing cross going back to regular jumps, you need to make sure that you're using both hands to turn the rope during the swing and the cross. It's a lot easier said than done, of course, so we're gonna get into exactly how to do this. And by the way, if you're new to jump rope and wanna learn the best beginner skills the right way, you should sign up for my free beginner program. It's got over 30 free videos that cover everything needed to get started correctly. There's a link down below. One of the most subtle mistakes for the swing cross happens at the beginning. In that swing, it feels like your hands are both pointed to the side, but actually your hands are not pointing in the same direction. Usually the hand that is farthest from your body is totally fine. It tends to do what it needs to do. However, the other hand tends to wrap around your torso, point back, and then it just freezes there as you go into the cross. And because that bottom hand freezes in the side swing, it stays frozen in the cross. That's where the problems come into this. So as you are working on this, make sure that both hands are turning circles as you move the rope around you. So both hands should be working in the swing and in the cross. Now, the other common mistake is actually very similar. Instead of having one hand go down and freeze, you actually end up putting both of your hands behind your torso, reaching back and then bringing them all the way forwards into the cross. This causes your torso to twist a bunch and it's really awkward to try to go back and then bring your hands all the way forwards. So instead of doing this, you want to leave your hands in front of your waist during that side swing. So you'll jump, leave your hands in front of your waist, then do the swing into the cross. This is a little tough to get used to at first, especially if you've been doing a lot of twisting your torso up until this point, but leaving your hands in front of your waist makes it a lot easier to get that swing done without even trying that hard. And that means that you can actually focus on using your wrists to turn the rope rather than powering through the entire thing with your arms. And to practice this, you must slow down and practice only one rep at a time. So let's go through a couple drills to help with this. The first one is doing a standing swing into a crossed toe catch. You'll definitely be tempted to just rush through the side swing and get into the cross as soon as possible. Don't do that. Just take your time and focus more on the side swing and how you're turning the rope during the swing instead of focusing on the cross. Remember that the swing is a skill on its own and you want to get that entire movement done first before you move on to the cross. And the next drill is really similar. So we'll start by pulling the rope over, we'll do a swing, but this time we'll jump the cross and finish in a crossed toe catch. You want to focus on feeling both of your wrists constantly rotating and changing positions to keep the rope moving. All the same tips apply, but now that we're jumping the cross, you really need to just pick one change to focus on at a time. There's a lot to think about when you're first learning this combo, but trying to do everything perfectly all at once right away is the best way to guarantee that you're not going to be able to put it together. So remember, as you practice, just focus on one change at a time and make sure that you're filming your reps, watch them back, and then check to see if you're actually doing what you're trying to do. A lot of times we try to make a change and we think we're making a change, but then when you go film it, you realize, oh, that was not exactly what I was expecting. So make sure that you're filming your reps to see if you are doing what you're trying to do. And keep in mind that you can still get the swing cross done, even if it does have these mistakes and it isn't perfect form. Most jumpers start there, it's totally fine. But spending the time to make these improvements, to fix these things about the swing cross is really gonna be important as you move on to future combos. It's not just about making improvements because it's right. Having good form actually gives you more options with freestyle later on. Plus, jump rope is a sport, and usually the point of sports is the pursuit of improving, which is always really fun. So just remember that A, you don't have to be perfect right away. You just need to focus on making small improvements every time you show up to jump. And B, you don't have to get better. It's not a requirement. It's just a natural process of a sport when you want to keep exploring what's possible. And I'll be a little bit more specific since obviously it's really hard to imagine what might come next. The swing cross combo is a foundational structure that is found across all of jump rope in the future. There's a couple of really cool combos that use this structure, like swing cross to a swing open. Then there's also a swing cross to a swing transition to an open. And you also have a swing cross into a swing and then an EB cross. But this structure also shows up in a lot of harder skills like a swing cross double under, or a swing into a toad cross, or a swing, toad cross, another swing, and an EB cross. And these won't happen in isolation either. You'll usually be doing a skill like swing cross double, and then you're gonna keep doing more skills after that. So the better your swing cross is, the easier it is to keep going with whatever the combo is, because you'll be more relaxed, you'll have an upright torso, and you're overall gonna jump with more confidence. So if you spend the time working on your swing cross now, you're gonna have a way easier time leveling up in the future.